Meg Whitman to make her remarks. Your Excellency, Ambassador has walked this journey with me to get this conference to where it is. You'd think it's an American government conference. Thank you very, very much, Meg.
Well, thank you very much, Your Excellency, President William Ruto, all protocols observed. And I'm delighted to be back in this beautiful corner of Kenya. In fact, I've been here multiple times. I only wish there was a Homa Bay airline so I could get frequent flyer miles. Thank you, Governor Gladys, for inviting me to this Homa Bay Investment Summit. I've been so impressed by your efforts to attract investment and deliver economic growth to your county. Your team has done an excellent job advancing your goals and positioning Homa Bay as a prime destination for increased trade and investment. And if success were judged on this conference alone, I believe you and your team are absolutely on the right track. It's amazing what you have put together. Round of applause for the government. Now, as many of you know, I am extremely bullish on Kenya's economic prospects, and I'm not the only one. Bloomberg, a world leader in business reporting, published a June 2023 article touting Kenya as the Singapore of Africa. Now, I have given a talk that I call Why Africa, Why Kenya throughout the country for most of the last year. We even took the speech on the road to the United States, visiting New York, Chicago, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. And I think many of you know that the key element of Why Africa, Why Kenya is if you are a company looking for supply chain diversification in a country that has 93% or more green energy, then Kenya is your destination. And everyone understands that and is responding to it very well. Instead of recapping Why Africa, Why Kenya, I'm going to add something called Why Africa, Why Kenya, Why Homa Bay. So you might be thinking, what is Why Homa Bay? Well, at the beginning of these remarks, I mentioned the great work that Gladys and her team have done to market Homa Bay for its endless potential. Her strategic focus to grow the Homa Bay economy is spot on. The governor knows that Homa Bay, just like Africa and just like Kenya, has its own unique set of advantages. And I want to underscore 4 of them. First is the potential for regional market access. I don't have to tell you that the location of Homa Bay is perfect to access the East African market of over 500 million customers. Education. The growth of any great economy often hinges on a great university, working with the private sector and the government and investors to get that flywheel going. And what you have here in Tom Mboya University, the government of Homa Bay, I think is a magical combination. Tourism. I don't have to say much about tourism as the landscape and natural beauty speaks for itself. In my view, Lake Victoria is largely untapped for its tourism potential. The country also has an amazing national park that could benefit from eco-lodges, hiking trails, and all kinds of water activities. And finally, economic diversification and private sector growth. I want to draw your attention to some examples that I think illustrate the potential of Homa Bay. Gladys has outlined 3 priorities: agriculture and agribusiness, the health sector, and the blue economy. Let me just highlight 2. BT cotton. At its peak in the 1980s, Kenya produced 38,000 metric tons of cotton, annually supporting over 200,000 households and providing significant foreign exchange earnings. Currently, this has declined to just 2,000 metric tons. Global demand for cotton is growing exponentially, with the apparel industry moving to Kenya. And I think Homa Bay is well poised to spearhead the cotton renaissance here in Kenya. Those apparel companies need raw cotton to be milled and to be ginned and then milled so that vertical integration can take place in Kenya. The #1 reason apparel companies tell me they can't come is because you don't have cotton and you don't have your own fabric. I think Homa Bay is poised to make that happen. Second is the Cancer Research Center. Gladys's vision for the state-of-the-art cancer center will put Homa Bay on the map for advancing medical research, and the center will be a hub for all Western Kenya and countries sharing Lake Victoria. The work that the governor and this county has done on improving health of its citizens over the last decade is unparalleled, and you must build on that strength with the cancer center. And then finally is Victory Farms, aquaculture. Fish farming has been around for thousands of years, and the technologies and tools used today have not kept up with the times. However, since its inception in 2015, Victory Farms is innovating to change this dynamic, even using drones to manage water quality. Victory Farms has learned that pond color can infer future pond efficiency. So before there is some kind of a biological crash, Victory Farms is able to intervene and maintain top performance. With these advancements, I think the new name for aquaculture will be fish tech. And I think Homa Bay can be the fish tech capital of the entire world. So, although Governor Gladys and her team are focused on 3 priorities, which I support, it's not just limited to those 3. I see great potential in energy, mining, horticulture, housing, and business process outsourcing and call centers. So to Gladys, I believe in your vision and I admire your focus. I know that you and your team have put hard work to identify the sectors that will be successful in Homa Bay. To the crowd here and to all investors, Kenya is open for business, Homa Bay is open for business, and this is the moment to ask if Homa Bay and Kenya is a possibility for you, and I can assure you that it is. The governor and her team would welcome you with open arms to this county of endless potential. And the U.S. Embassy is ready to do anything we can to support Homa Bay and support Kenya. Asante sana.
Thank you very much, Meg, for your support, not just in word, but in action. You have truly acted and supported us. Not just Homa Bay, you have supported us as governors. And I'm really thankful on behalf of you as women governors. You told us, you said, just tell us about 3 key things. And that's a lesson I learned on focus. And that's a lesson that we are taking forward. I would like to recognize Gerald Mahinda of Afropal. Asante sana. We're going to do the palm oil journey together, and we'll be signing the MOUs here together with the Migori County government tomorrow so that we begin the journey on oil palm. The UK delegation, the British delegation, asanteni sana. John and your entire team, you have supported us and we are truly grateful for your support. The Homa Bay team that worked day and night, did not sleep at all to have this conference happen in the way it has. Please just rise and wave wherever you are. Tafadhali. Asanteni sana. This team led by the DG, mumefanya kazi kwa bidii, together with the council, also worked with us and the Kenya far. Your Excellency, we have now, between you and me,